Well, it's one of those items in your house you probably don't think of very often until something goes wrong. Of course, we're talking about your furnace, something I discovered firsthand just a couple weeks ago.
But it's important to think about how much your current furnace might be actually costing you. Our expert, Glenn Vermerlin, is here from Michigan Building and Mechanical to talk about efficiency. Of course, that's what we're looking for because we're either A, heating our homes, B, cooling it, and this is a 365-day-a-year thing.
That's yep. It runs. Most of the furnaces run probably 9 months out of the year, we figure, because there is in the spring and fall. There's some areas there where people don't run anything. They have windows open, but the efficiency of the equipment is really a huge thing because it's money that you're just throwing away.
Right, and we talk about going green, and a lot of people try to do what's best for the environment, but let me tell you, when you talk about green, it's what you're keeping in your pocketbook too, because there are some huge cost savings that go along with being energy efficient.
Yep, a lot of the new furnaces, I was talking to some people the other day. I'm trying to explain the difference between the new furnaces, and a lot of the new furnaces now have motors on them, both the one that does the vent and the one that does the blower, which actually moves the air into your house. These two motors right here, this is a common motor that you see in most furnaces that are, even some of the higher efficient ones will still have that kind of motor in it, but this motor here is a variable speed motor which runs on DC power. There's conversion that happens between the board and then this module that's on the bottom here. There's some, it changes the voltage to DC, so you're running on a DC, and it runs for practically nothing. There's a 100 watt light bulb versus a 625 watt light bulb on this furnace. And this is on a lot of they're a little bit, I don't want to say upper end, but they're on the furnaces that are a better caliber furnace in each. I mean, we have a wide range of furnaces. We can get from 80% all the way up to 97% and plus, and the 97%, a lot of times you'll see this variable speed one on there.
Right, and a newer one, just because it's just makes sense.
Right.
You know, it's interesting. We talk about the difference in savings, and that's where I think a lot of people really relate. Maybe they don't understand the efficiency or the mechanics of it all, but they do understand how much they're paying. And you've broken it down very clearly, because this is what you typically would pay on a 10-year-old system, the old system.
The typical 10-year-old system, on heating, you'll pay $1,000, and these are dated numbers. The efficiencies or the cost of energy right now is a little bit higher than what
so it might be a little bit more.
So yeah, it's actually a little bit more, but I brought these just to kind of demonstrate the difference between, if you look at that continuous fan operation on that, $356 or $58 a year. If you turned this motor on that furnace and left it on 24/7, 365, you could expect to pay the $358 for a year. If you go to the variable speed motor, then your cost of continuous fan operation is $36 or $56. And again, these are dated filter numbers, so the efficiency is actually more, but you're all the way down to $697 on the heating cost versus $1,000. So, and
it doesn't really take you very long over the life of a couple of years to save the money that you would spend, the additional investment, to get something that's more fuel or energy efficient.
Most of the manufacturers of the furnaces build them for 17 years. So if you get to 17 years, and it's kind of like water heaters. With a lot of water heaters in, they're at 10 years. You get past 10 years on a water heater, better start thinking about it, especially if you have a finished basement, because when they do leak, they make a mess.
Yeah.
So, but the furnace side of it, I just don't like, or I try to encourage people to do something about replacing their furnace before they have the big failure, and now they got to make a decision between, hey, do we spend $700 to fix this one or $2,000 to buy another one? And there's a lag in there. In the meantime, the clock's ticking during the day, and we're not putting furnaces in at midnight, I can tell you that.
Right, exactly. Although I will say that you were the guy that you came and inspected my furnace. I feel like I'm somebody who kind of does everything right when it comes to furnace. We change our filters. I had you come for the inspection, and we still had an issue this year, but you guys were super great in coming out and helping us through our emergency situation. And I know that's something that you provide, and you have a great special for 8 West viewers?
We do the inspection for on the furnaces. It's $99 typically, and we're going to do it for $89. But what we do include in that is a test for carbon monoxide leakage, which is obviously a terrible thing. But we actually test the heat exchanger and the air in the house to see if there's any CO. I also encourage people to buy at least 2 carbon monoxide detectors for their house. One of them should be digital, because if one goes off, you really kind of want to know what the number is, you know, because there's a range there, and 400 you wake up dead, and down by 10 it's you know, it could be something as simple as I got an attached garage and somebody opened the house door and they just shut the car off and some of that carbon monoxide drifted in.
I think that's a great idea. We have one, and we have one on the lower level of our house. We need to get one upstairs too, because that's where we're sleeping. And I have young kids, you know, people with pets, and you know, elderly have to really be especially conscious of that kind of thing too.
So the inspections and trying to get your, if you're thinking about replacing, I know we're doing the show here, the
Home and Garden Show.
The Home and Garden Show.
Right.
You know, that's coming up, and there's some specials coming out of that. But so you don't have to wait till the last minute to get it done. We do free estimates, so you can get it any time. And
you know, Glenn, and I can attest from personal experience, you definitely are an expert in this situation and this topic, and we really appreciate it. I appreciate having the opportunity to get to know you over the last couple of years.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Don't go away. We'll be right back.